Straight ahead on WBKB News at 11, police are reminding residents that with winter comes changes to city parking rules. Plus, if the weather is too cold for you, it's probably too cold for your pets. We'll tell you what precautions should be taken. And a youth group is continuing to hold events in an effort to promote Alpena as a fun place for teens. We'll have those stories, plus your local weather and sports. WBKB News at 11 starts now.
From Rogers City to Tawas City and all points in between, this is Northeast Michigan's award-winning news team. Your source for news, weather, and sports. We are WBKB News at 11.
With winter weather comes changes to the roads, and that includes rules for parking. Good evening, I'm Ashley Reed. The Alpena Police Department is reminding residents and visitors that there are winter parking restrictions. As of November 1st, vehicles cannot park on city streets between the hours of 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. This rule will be in effect through April 1st. It is an effort by the city to make sure roads can be thoroughly plowed during the winter months. Vehicles parked along the streets can be ticketed. Those causing an interference with snow plowing can be towed at the owner's expense. Overnight parking in city lots is prohibited regardless of the time of the year, unless a permit has already been issued. Those who believe they have extenuating circumstances and need to park a vehicle on the street must contact the Alpena Police Department at 989-354-1800. Just as humans must take precautions in freezing temperatures, it is also important to keep pets safe, especially with below zero wind chill values that we've recently seen. Dr. Aaron Shaw from Sunrise Veterinary Services in Alpena says your average pet is predisposed to frostbite and hypothermia. It's important to keep an eye on your pet's feet and the tips of their ears when outside for extended periods of time. Also, keep a close eye on pets with pre-existing heart or liver conditions.
A dog, is kept outside in a run, or a horse out on pasture, make sure they do have shelter away from the wind and the snow. So whether it's some sort of housing unit or a lean or a run-in with horses. The other thing is bedding too, with dogs, whether it's straw or anything like that, that they can kind of snuggle down and keep warm in.
Pets that spend the majority of their time outside are also going to be spending more energy and burning more calories trying to keep their bodies warm. Therefore, it is important to increase the amount of food they're getting. Try to keep pets away from antifreeze and salt. Antifreeze can be fatal if ingested, and salt can be abrasive to paws. Sunrise Veterinary also sees an increase in paw pad cuts from ice during the winter. Try to keep a close eye on all pets when outdoors in harsh winter conditions. The Aplex continues to promote their tennis facility, and this weekend marks the Year-End Showdown. This is the second annual Year-End Showdown tennis tournament, open to all members and non-members. The tournament began yesterday with juniors and singles divisions and continued today with men's and women's doubles. The tournament will end tomorrow with mixed doubles and the singles final.
It's been awesome. We got very fortunate that we got so many people, so many college kids coming back, lots of our high school kids playing, lots of parents playing with their kid. It's probably the best growing program for our already growing programs. It's just been really good.
About 30 kids participated in the tournament yesterday, and about 50 adults will be competing between today and tomorrow. Don Lewandowski played tennis for 30 years, then took some time off, but is now at it again, working as assistant tennis pro at the center and playing in this weekend's tournament.
To promote this facility, which is a wonderful facility, one of the best in this northeastern area, and to meet people and to have a great time playing tennis, because tennis is a lifetime sport.
Medals will be awarded to all winners and runners-up. Pokrzyński says this Year-End Showdown is a way to give back to the tennis center members and the entire community. The group Fresh 45 continues their mission of promoting Alpena as a fun place for teens to live. The club, created by the Alpena Youth Branding Team, held its second teen night tonight at Northern Lights Arena. Admission and skate rental were free thanks to the Alpena Boosters Club. Teens ages 13 to 18 could come enjoy open skate, broomball, a live DJ, and much more. Over 120 teens came to last month's teen night, and Fresh 45 heard good feedback, so they decided to try it again.
It's good to try everything out and figure out what kids like, and we can't really control what people do, but we just try to promote it and just make it as fun as possible. So far so good, and just learning and surviving and advancing, and hopefully more kids will get fired up about it.
Fresh 45 is continuing to come up with new ideas to promote Alpena as the sanctuary of the Great Lakes. They have placed a priority on creating more social and educational opportunities for area teens. There will be another free teen night in the spring. Most vendors at the Alpena Farmers Market feel that this holiday season has been a pretty successful one when it comes to sales. Diana Ziman is at the Alpena Mall every Saturday selling her dips, dressing mixes, rubs, and seasonings. She says her business this winter has been better than last winter. Ziman started making and selling her recipes in 2010 when the Michigan Cottage Food Law went into effect. This law states that food that doesn't require time or temperature control for safety can be produced in a home kitchen and sold to customers at markets.
I enjoy feeding people, so I make this stuff and you can take it home, and I'm feeding the world this way. My products have gone all over the world. People buy them and send them to their kids who are stationed in other countries or whatever, and I just love to create new recipes.
Ziman dehydrates fruits and vegetables that she gets from local farmers to make all of her mixes. She also makes jams and jellies and has 15 different flavors of soup mixes. Ziman prides herself on creating healthy recipes. 2 of her recipes were finalists in a Mars Mission recipe contest, with her pasta salad mix taking first prize. Ziman will be at the Alpena Farmers Market all winter long, every Saturday 10 to 2. Coming up next on WBKB News at 11, power is coming back across the state after a winter storm, and you may wonder what your insurance will cover. Plus, a drop for Twitter after soaring in recent days. Find out just how much the stock fell after the break. Back in state news, while power may be slowly coming back on across the state, you might be wondering what is covered under your homeowner's policy. Nick Pro in Lansing breaks it down for you.
The first thing you want to do is call and make a claim.
While thousands are still picking up the pieces and assessing damage, Lori Connerton says they shouldn't hesitate to call their insurance agent.
If a tree comes down, hits your house, your garage, your shed, there generally is coverage for that.
Connerton says most policies cover up to $1,000, but if those trees land in your yard, they're your responsibility unless you have what's called debris coverage.
Yeah, it's a big mess. It really is.
Carrie Sullivan fortunately learned she's covered.
Because it's ice, it's covered. You know, I mean, there's not going to be a major problem. Other than my deductible, it'll be covered.
Which softens the blow a bit. She spent the last 5 days with family and friends after she lost power Sunday when the storm ripped her power box directly off her house.
I have family in Ferndale, so I was down with them for Christmas anyway, so.
It's a good thing. Had she gone to a hotel and asked for a reimbursement, she'd be out of luck.
Generally, if you're leaving because you don't have any heat, you don't have any power, then those are not charges that would be covered under a regular homeowner's insurance policy.
And Connerton says, you know those items in your fridge? Well, unless you have a special endorsement on your insurance policy, you could be out of luck because food spoilage is not covered under your insurance.
You just have to grin and bear it and deal with it and let them do their job.
But Connerton says learn from this storm. Ask your insurance agent about your coverage plan. So should this happen again, you'll know what's covered and what mess is your responsibility. In Lansing, Nick Perot, 6 News.
In your Money Watch, Target says that customers who had their names and card numbers stolen in a massive security breach also had PIN numbers taken. The company issued a statement saying it is confident that those numbers are, quote, safe and secure. Target had previously said that PIN numbers were not taken in the breach. The market's winning streak finally came to an end. After 6 straight days of gains and a record-setting week for the Dow, stocks closed down slightly in the light day of trading. When the bell rung Friday, the Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 1 point. The NASDAQ lost 10. And social media giant Twitter took a tumble Friday after soaring in recent days. The stock fell by more than 13%. That's the biggest single-day drop since Twitter's IPO. Gas prices continuing to rise. GasBuddy.com and AAA of Michigan put together state and local gas prices. The highest price for gas in Alpena is coming in at $3.49 at Seymour's. The lowest is at $3.39 at Opeachy's. Across Michigan, the highest gas price is $3.79. That's in Franklin. And the lowest price is coming in at $3.07, and that is in Franklin. There's still much more to come on WBKB News at 11. Jeff Kolb will be in with a look at sports and warmer temperatures today, some of that ice melting. I'll let you know if those warmer temperatures are expected to stay through the week. Stay tuned for your weather forecast. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's time now for a look at the weather. Today, the high was 39 degrees. The low is 34 degrees. Those temperatures a little bit higher than what we've seen lately. The normal high for today is 29 degrees. Normal low is 15 degrees. However, the record high for this day was 56 degrees. That was back in 1984. Record low was 9 below. That was back in 1967. Sunrise this morning was at 8:12. Sunset tonight a little later, 5 p.m. And taking a look at the current conditions here in Alpena, currently it's pretty foggy, 25 degrees, south winds around 5 miles per hour, making it really feel like 22 out there. And taking a look at our satellite and radar, you can see that over Alpena, it's really mostly clear for the most part. However, we may have some fog creeping into the area later this evening. And then for tonight, like I said, some patchy fog, 30 degrees for our low, south winds around 5 miles per hour. Moving into tomorrow, a wintry mix, maybe some freezing drizzle before noon, and then snow showers likely after that. However, we shouldn't have much accumulation, possibly half an inch, but not very likely. 27 degrees for our low, southwest winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then moving into tomorrow night, a chance of snow, 3 degrees for our low, so temperatures dropping once again, and then northwest winds around 10 to 15 miles per hour. However, we may see wind chills as low as 12 below. And then taking a look at our week ahead in our extended weather forecast, we can see for Monday that there's a 40% chance of snow showers. That's before noon, high of 14, low of 5 degrees. And then Tuesday, our temperatures really start to drop, 12 degrees for the high, 2 below for the low. Thursday, it looks like we have a chance of snow showers, mostly cloudy, high near 14. And then Friday, mostly cloudy, and then a high of 13 and a low of 4. And now it's time for today's photo of the day. Today's photo was sent in by Stephanie Annette. She sends us this photo of the sunset over Thunder Bay. It was taken around 5:10 yesterday evening. Those colors absolutely magnificent. Thank you, Stephanie, for sending us this photo. If you have a photo you would like to send us, email a photo along with a short description to news@wbkb11.com. In your Health Watch, using behavior and relaxation techniques could help children who suffer from migraines. A new study from Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center looked at 135 children with chronic migraines. Researchers found children who received cognitive behavior therapy had fewer days with headaches than kids who just received education about the pain. Scientists from the United States and Mexico have discovered a new genetic clue that could determine if a person is at risk for type 2 diabetes. People who have the newly identified gene are 25% more likely to develop diabetes, and people who inherited the gene from both parents are 50% more likely. Scientists believe that gene might explain why Mexican and other Latin American populations are at greater risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Is there a way to avoid a hangover this holiday season? Moderation may be the key. Evidence suggests 5 to 7 drinks for men and 3 to 5 drinks for women will almost always mean a hangover. An ingredient found in many dark liquors may also increase the frequency and severity of hangover. In national news, long-term unemployment is at its highest level since World War II. And for millions of Americans who have been looking for work for more than 26 weeks, today is the last day they'll get a paycheck until they can find a new job. Ko-Im from CBS has the story from New York.
I don't know. Hope I don't lose my house.
Mary Lowe is at a loss.
Is that a reality? That's a possibility, yeah. I don't know. Sorry. Stop for a second.
The 42-year-old mom and wife in Ohio has been unemployed since February. She thought she'd have landed a job by now. Mary and 1.3 million other Americans are considered long-term unemployed, which means they've been out of work for 6 months or more. They receive an average check of about $300 a week, but funding for the benefits has dried up.
They cut them off. December 28th is your last fileable week.
Congress failed to approve the extended unemployment benefits in the long-term budget that was just signed this week. Democratic Senator Jack Reed and Republican Senator Dean Heller are working on a plan to restore the benefits. But House Republicans oppose the $25 billion price tag without cutting spending someplace else.
If there have to be cuts made to find it, then they need to find their cuts someplace else. This is not a program that they need to cut.
Majority Leader Harry Reid plans the first vote on the unemployment benefits bill when the Senate returns in January. Ko-Im for CBS News.
The Senate returns from its holiday break on January 6th. The White House says it supports the Reid-Heller proposal. Well, sports is coming up next, but first, Jeff Kolb is here with a preview of what's ahead. An exciting football game happening now, right, Jeff?
That's right. The Michigan football team is currently battling Kansas State in the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl. We'll see if the Wolverines are off to a hot start, plus the Alpena hockey team with a chance to make some history this afternoon. That result and more straight ahead here on WBKB. The Alpena High School hockey team has faced adversity all season, and Saturday was no different, with 4 Wildcat regulars unable to play with injuries. Alpena taking on Tri-Valley in the Blue Line Classic Championship. 6 minutes into the second, the Titans lighting the lamp first. Chaz Bruschi to Grayson Curry, Wildcats chasing 1. Alpena with plenty of chances in the period. Cole Cosbit unable to finish 1-on-1. Later, it's Karsten Alexander right here with a really nice look out in front of the net, but he gets denied. Jesse Belor was really keeping Alpena in this one, wrapping up with 32 saves. In the third, though, Hunter Zanovich beating him top shelf. Tri-Valley going up there 2-zip. Chris Madrinsky's goal would pull the Cats within 1 right here, but the injuries clearly taking their toll as Alpena settles for second place, 2-1.
Well, those guys are super high energy guys, and that energy is super contagious. If you get a couple guys that are amped up all the time and warriors out there, it just spreads like wildfire in a team, and that did hurt.
We just couldn't click it. We couldn't get that momentum, and the bench was kind of calmer than it was yesterday, so we were just trying to find our momentum, and we couldn't.
At the professional ranks, Detroit visiting Florida. In the first, Detroit enjoying the man advantage. Henrik Zetterberg delivering the second power play goal of the period. Wings going up there 2-zip. Different story, though, in the second. Sean Bergenheim's power play score cuts the lead to 1. The Panthers would tie, but Brendan Smith breaks the ice again in the third with the sweet one-timer right here. Then 32 seconds later, it's Gustav Nyquist slapping in the rebound, and the Red Wings hold on and win 4-3. On the hardwood, the Hillman girls basketball team had a big chance today to even its record going into the new year, and the Tigers were able to take care of business, beating Rudyard 58-45. Jensen Trzynski leading the charge with 19 points, and Vanessa Shook adding 13 to help Hillman improve to 2-2. In college hoops, Michigan basketball fans getting some painful news yesterday as preseason first-team All-American Mitch McGary announced his decision to have back surgery, likely ending his sophomore season. Back problems have limited McGary to playing just 8 games. Now the Wolverines will have to adjust to playing without their beast in the paint.
Everybody just next man up. It's just got to be the attitude. We feel really bad for him. He's really disappointed. At the same time, he cannot, as you could see, especially in the last game, it was really starting to hit him hard, and didn't feel that was going to change unless he had this surgery.
So Michigan hoping to make a statement without McGary against Holy Cross. Lose a little inside, why not go out? Glenn Robinson III starting things with the deep ball. Then it's Karis LeVert taking some notes. He knocks down the 3 to put the Wolverines ahead by 4. And how about some help off the bench? Zach Irvin answering that call. He rattles in another triple. Michigan up by 5. Later in the first, John Horford working down low in the paint. He gets that turnaround to go as the Wolverines win without Mitch, 88-66. In Lansing, Michigan State hosting New Orleans today, and it was one big Mardi Gras party for the Spartans. Keith Appling, the ringleader, finishing with 27. That dunk putting State up by 13. Appling delivering 8 assists as well. This one coming to Denzel Valentine for the 3. That part of a 12-0 run by Michigan State. Most Spartan highlights include Adrian Payne, and there he is. Travis Trice with the assist. State up 16, but Gary Harris does one better. The dunk and 1 as the Spartans throttle the Privateers 101-48. We now show you these Pistons highlights with the disclaimer that this was one of those burn-the-tape games for Detroit. Third quarter, Pistons down 24. Brandon Jennings hits the 3. Detroit not going away so far. Next possession, Jennings is heating up. He hits another from downtown. Detroit down 75-55, but this was John Wall's night. This jumper part of a 20-point effort, and you need to hit 3s to erase a kind of deficit like this. Josh Harrelson He understands that, but it's just not enough as the Wizards whiz by the Pistons, 106-82. Switching to football, there will be one more game for at least 2 Lions after tomorrow. Both Calvin Johnson and Ndamukong Suh are headed to the Pro Bowl. This is Megatron's 4th trip and Suh's 3rd. Matthew Stafford, Reggie Bush, and Nick Fairley are also alternates for the game. Detroit wraps up its season tomorrow at Minnesota. And just a short while ago, freshman QB Shane Morris in Michigan getting started against Kansas State in the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl. First possession, Wildcat QB Jake Waters breaking free for a 21-yard pickup right there. That would lead to this TD connection with Tyler Lockett. K-State up 7. So the freshman steps in, and he starts off hot, getting this screen pass to Jake Butt, who goes 24 yards. But in the red zone, the Wolverines unable to convert. Devin Funchess can't bring in the jump ball, so Michigan settles for 3. Right now, they are losing to Kansas State 21-6. So tough one right there.
1 minute left in the second, and I think they're in a timeout now, so
yeah, so
hopefully
not the result. It hasn't been the
the
season that Michigan wanted in general.
No.
So hopefully they can find some magic here, maybe pull this one out in the end. But
let's hope so. We'll keep our
see.
fingers crossed. Well, coming up next on WBKB News at 11, a new version of the Times Square New Year's Eve app will create a better viewing experience for those tuning in to watch the famous ball drop celebration. Welcome back. With New Year's Eve just 3 days away, preparations are underway in Times Square for the live drop of the celebration's famed ball. The performance stages are being built and crews are getting the ball ready. This year, a new version of the free Times Square New Year's Eve app will show the broadcast of the celebration and let users customize to time zones. If you watch on a mobile device, on the ball app, or on your computer at home, you can see a variety of all of the entertainment. About 469,000 people in 184 countries signed up for the app over the past 4 years, but a significant bump in signups is expected with the retooled app and its greater emphasis on interaction, including tweets between users and someone acting as the voice of the ball. The president of the Countdown Entertainment, Jeffrey Strauss, says the greater emphasis on electronics is a natural progression for the Times Square ball. The nearly 6-ton ball has grown in diameter to 12 feet and contains more than 32,000 light bulbs. Its 70-foot drop lasts a minute, famously counted out loud. And I know I watch that every year, so.
It's not really New Year's, is it?
Yeah, already. Is that crazy?
No,
already
crazy,
the end of
yeah.
December,
How
I
do you
swear.
become the president, by the way, of the Times Square ball?
I'm not sure.
I always wondered these things. I just don't understand. So.
Yeah, but the cool thing about the app, too, is that, like, when you're watching the TV, you can obviously only see what the TV feed is bringing you. So there's still more entertainment going on all over the place. So with this new app, you can go to whatever you want to see. So yeah, pretty cool.
Very cool. And remember, you can read more about our broadcast stories and get the scoop on more news items online.
Just visit WBKB11.com for sports, weather, and news updates anytime, day or night.
Or add us on Facebook at facebook.com/WBKBTV.
That will do it for tonight's show. Jeff Kolb and I will be back tomorrow night here at 11. He'll have updates from the world of sports, and I'll have the latest news. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night.